Why is the stock market falling like crazy? Are we in another recession? Are we in a bear market? Is the world falling apart? Is this World War III? Yes to all of them. So let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. So we have super red days in the stock market like today, like previous days this week, like the last few weeks, because the uncertainty, right? When things are uncertain, people want to hold money. People don't want to invest. People want to hold money. So uncertainty caused by tariffs from Trump, you could say, is what's causing this. So today specifically, Friday, April, whatever it is, 4th or 5th, China has imposed higher tariffs on U.S. goods. And the market doesn't like that. And that's going to continue to happen. This is the first big test that we've had as far as tariffs go. You know, Canada came back and said, oh, we're going to put bigger tariffs. They can't even play. They're not even in the same field. China, a little bit different story, right? And so they imposed these high tariffs on U.S. goods, and that's what's causing this pullback. Now, that's not to say literally Monday we could run up all the way, right, and recover this whole loss. Like, it's happened before. It could happen again. It's also not to say that Monday we could be down the same amount again, and it could go further. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, but that doesn't mean that you have to be uncertain. One thing you can be certain of is that the market will recover. It always will recover. Why? As long as the United States is a country, it's always going to recover. And so you can have confidence in that. Is now a good time to buy? It's an okay time to buy, not financial advice, but I would start buying if you have money. You don't want to dump it all in at once. Find an opportunity that you like, find a company that you like that you know is going to continue to do good, and invest, right? I mean, you have Tesla down over 50%. If you are optimistic about Tesla, buy. I think there's some more downside in Tesla a little bit, but could be a good buy, right? You could double your money if it goes back up to previous highs. Other companies, right? You literally have Elon Musk leaving the Department of Government Efficiency and going back to his jobs. So it's like, okay, are we going to have a recovery? Maybe. But there's going to be a recovery, right? Whether it's in a month, whether it's in 6 months or in 2 years, there will be a recovery from this. I mean, you can call it a recession if you want. I guess we're technically getting like to that point, but in reality, it's a correction, right? We've rallied a ton, and we have to have little corrections, right? We can't just go up and up and up forever. So there's got to be some corrections in the market. Lots of people imply that this is an intended correction, and it makes sense to me. And the idea behind it is that you cause this correction in the economy as a whole, not just in the stock market. And as you cause this correction, what you're going to do is you're going to pull down rates, right? Interest rates. So when interest rates get too high, companies aren't investing. Companies aren't taking on new ventures, right? They're not taking risk because it costs too much to do so. And so they hold back. And so if you want to bring down rates, one way to do that, cause a little bit of a recession, cause a little bit of hurt in the economy, and it helps rates. Rates tend to come down typically in that scenario. We'll see. I just listened to a thing, Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve talking today about he's not sure. He's like, I have to wait and see. There's not enough data out there. And that's true. But if we continue down the path, so the next Federal Reserve meeting is beginning of May, so another month from now. If we continue down this path that we're on right now, the reality is that they don't have to drop rates, but they have to drop rates. Like, it's almost like a need at that point. But they could choose not to. And if they don't, we could see some more pain. And so today he was saying that, I need to observe. I need to see more. I'm not ready to just make a decision, which, of course, he's not going to give us the answer right now. But it's interesting how passive the Federal Reserve is being about this and sitting and watching, right? Kind of like the rest, kind of like everybody Like I'm talking about with the investing, and they're not willing to invest in new ventures, put new capital in places because they're waiting, they're watching, they're seeing. Same thing with housing market, at least in Utah and Arizona, lots of people waiting, watching, seeing, right? What's going to happen. So interesting, all very interesting. But time will tell. Time will always tell the truth, and it'll always tell us what's really going on here. What do you think? Yes? She's just sat here so patiently. Hope you're having a great Friday. Stock market's an amazing place. It's always going to go up. If you buy now, one day in the future, you're going to have more money than you do now. If you bought 5 years ago, you'd have more money, right? If you buy 10 years from now and you wait 10 more years, most likely you're going to have more money. So the idea there is gradually invest over time, a little bit here, a little bit there. If you want to get better, less risk, diversify, right? Put some in real estate, put some in the stock market, put some in crypto if you want, put some in commercial real estate, right? I have a friend that does storage units, and you could put money there, right? All sorts of places for you to put your capital and to diversify. That's not to say that it's not going to drop at all, but you're going to preserve wealth for sure if you diversify. If you narrow in and focus on one thing, you have a higher likelihood of growing your capital faster if you know what you're doing. But look into it. What? Your dress is annoying you? Anyway, that's the lesson today. Just why the market is doing what it's doing, why it's red. It's caused by the tariffs, caused by Trump and China. I can fix it. You were chewing on it?
Yeah.
That's okay. Do you want it off?
Yeah.
Okay. Caused by Trump and China. And why is it World War III? It's not really World War III. I don't know that. I mean, maybe one day we'll have an actual war, but most of it's going to be this back and forth of like trade wars and wars with other smaller countries, right? Like, well, Russia's not small, but you know what I mean. I don't know. These countries have problems, right? Like Korea and Russia, Ukraine, all that stuff, or even in the Middle East. Like, it's just like those are going to be the wars that go on. And the way that we fight wars here in the United States is we tend to join forces with whatever country we think is going to benefit us the most. Where's our biggest upside? Kind of sad, but it's the truth and it's the reality. So this is World War III, right? As far as the trade war goes. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. It's going to be a good one. Next week, I'm excited to see what happens in the market. I'm super stoked about it. So let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how life's going for you. Peace.